Good evening, Deepika. So it's good to go.
Good evening, ma'am. Myself Manish Kumar Sharma.
Good evening. Good evening. So let me just share the screen and then we can go ahead with today's webinar. Every month we conduct a free webinar pertaining to the topics which are beneficial for the mankind. That means for our clients, because our profession is psychology, and I believe that all of us or most of us are psychologists or academic or research. So this month and next month, we have decided to go ahead with the topics which are related to the research, right? Upcoming topics. So in this particular webinar, I'm going to discuss about how to finalize the topic and do the review of literature in the bare minimum time, because this is something which takes a lot of time apart from data collection. And this is the point wherein we can use our time mindfully and effectively, right? Yes, everybody? Okay, before starting, let me introduce myself. I am Dr. Deepika Chamoli, the founder and director of Speaking Cube Online Mental Health Consulting Foundation, which is an Uttarakhand-based NGO. And I am associated with Southern New Hampshire University, USA, and St. Leo University, USA, in the capacity of adjunct faculty for research methodology and various subjects related to cognitive psychology, because my PhD was in peer cognitive psychology. So research is something which is not important at the national level. It is also important at the international level. And whether you are a bachelor student nowadays, or you are a master's student, MPhil student, or PhD student, it is mandatory. When we talk about the research work, then our dissertation comes into play, research papers comes into play, and of course, the thesis comes into play. And the topic for today's webinar is topic finalization and review of literature. How to go ahead with the topic finalization and review of literature. Is this particular topic requires 6 months or 3 months? Is it so? So this is my first question to all of you. Please write down in the chat box quickly. Just be active in the chat box. Quick. Do you really feel that this topic finalization and review of literature need more than 3 months? Because everybody is given 6 months, 3 to 6 months of time. No. How much time, how much bare minimum time you should take for this particular topic? Please go ahead. How much bare minimum time? Any idea? Any idea? 2 months. Okay, great. And what about the review of literature? So in PhD, we need to write minimum 70 to 80 review of literature in our thesis. In your master's, minimum 50, and then bachelor's, minimum 30. How much time you should use or you must utilize to do the review of literature nicely and effectively? Please go ahead. How much time you take? Let's say for 50. How much time you will take to do 50 review of literature effectively? Please go ahead. Let's make it an interactive session, because this is something which is beneficial for everybody. 20 to 30 days. Okay. 1 month. Okay. Okay. 2 months. Okay, if I say that review of literature on a particular variable, if you have already decided the variable, if you have already finalized the topic, the or tentative topic. Should not be the fixed topic or final topic, tentative topic. Then the review of literature is going to take only 2 hours. 2 hours for 70 to 80 review of literature. Yes. Do you agree with me or you don't agree with me? No? Okay. You'll agree with me by the end of the webinar. So this is what I'm going to teach you, because there are a lot of things which have come in the market and AI is now the talk of the town, and there is something known as ethical usage of AI and unethical usage of AI. We are going to talk about the ethical usage of AI in review of literature or in doing our research, right? So what is scientific psychologist? So when we talk about the social sciences or when we talk about psychologists, our social science field, humanities field has always been considered arts, right? And it is a notion that arts people do not do the scientific research, but now this notion has been deleted from the arena of research, because psychology, whether it is the process of understanding feelings or it is the process of understanding thought process or behavior, we try to follow a scientific approach, right? Since we try to follow a scientific approach of what you know, how you know it, and what methods do you apply to come to a conclusion, right? Since it is a very systematic approach, a systematic approach has been used, which is why the humanities and social science researchers, especially psychology, is considered to be a scientific field now. And that's why now the division between science and arts is also less. Now, most important thing here is developing a research question. So we'll talk about developing a research question later, but let's talk about the topic first, right? Now, topic. What is research topic? What do you mean by a research topic? Research topic on a particular subject that you discuss is something that you are interested in. Do you feel it is something that you are interested in, or it is something that your teacher is interested in, or it is something which is there in the environment? You feel that yes, anybody who has any question, please keep it with yourself and you will get 15 to 20 minutes to ask me the questions, right? So because I have to show you an important research software, so we'll complete and then we'll take up the questions. Is it okay with everybody? Okay. So research topic is very important when we go ahead with the research. So research topic, when we talk about the research topic, it is the theme, it is the message, or it is the idea wherein you want to dive and you want to stay with that particular topic for 2-3 months to 7-8 years, depending upon your bachelor's, your PG, and your doctorate, right? Now, when we talk about the topic, choosing a title is very important. Why choosing a title is very important? Because title needs to be very, very specific. And I'll let you know, you all can make your title right away, right here, and I'll teach you how to do so, right? So there is no real formula for choosing the title, as simple as that, right? There is no formula, there is no system, but the title should be very, very crisp. It should be very, very clear of what you are doing in the research. Title should describe the scope of the research. Title should describe what kind of research it is. Title should accurately describe the exact nature of the main element of the studies. That means your title, if you are studying 2-3 variables, and your title should portray those variables, your title should reflect those variables. Now, whether you want to do a correlational study, you want to find relationship between the variables, that should reflect in the title, or else you want to find the cause and effect between the variables, That should also be reflected in the title. The title must be informative and relevant and should capture the attention of the readers. So simple title, understandable title, and if you will make the title from AI, it is easily detectable. Remember that. So make your title as, take help of AI, but make your title as simple, which is understandable by a lot of people, right? Common people, basically. The title should not be too long. And normally more than 10 words are not accepted, right? But should provide as much information about the study as possible. The title should preferably not be in the question form, and it must define the research clearly, because what is going to be in the research form is a research question, and we are going to come to the research question after title is clear. In title, one should avoid using technical terms and jargons or any acronym. Reason being, it is not easily understandable by a lot of people, right? So keep it as simple as you can, keep it as clear as you can. And now when we talk about the title, by deciding about the title, the list of the topics suggested by the teacher is going to be your research title, or the teacher asks you to look up the topic and some topics are as per your interest, or it is your own interest. So which one is better? As per you, which one is better? And these scenarios, you will face these scenarios on and off from UG to PhD, right? Because your professor is also a human being. The professor has an expertise, and obviously they can see your potential, so they will say, okay, this is the topic you can do. But then whether you can be with that topic for months, 2 years, that is the most important thing. So always choose a title of your own interest. The first thing should be the title. You should be passionate about the title. Interest of the scholar should be number one, right? And then you can take the help of the teacher, you can take the help of the professor, and the topic must be researchable. These are the things that we need to understand. Suppose if I am interested in assessing the mental health of astronauts, at this point in time, I am not working with NASA, I am not working with ISRO, so it is not feasible. So the feasibility of the title is the feasibility of the research is important. We need to understand the feasibility. Then material availability, whether I'll be able to get the resources for it in terms of participants or not, and what kind of tool I'm going to use, right? Is there any audience, and how it will be relevant? So whatever you are choosing, it should satisfy material availability, audience, and relevance. So first thing first, all of you, if you are there, all of you, you can write down the topic, 3 topics of your own interest. 3, not topics, but areas of your own interest, right? Suppose your area of interest is body image issues and social media, or area of interest is marital issues and childhood abuse, right? These are the areas where there are a lot of areas we are interested in. A lot of areas. Right now, everybody is interested in AI, how to integrate AI in mental health. But in what area of mental health? How to integrate AI in psychology, in cognitive psychology, or AI in neuroscience, or AI in research, right? So there are a lot of areas we all are interested in. Choose the area you can spend maximum time with, because this is something you have to eat. You have to eat with it, you have to sleep with it, you have to pray with it, and then only you'll be able to do your research, right? So it has to be, and it has to be interesting to you, not your teacher or not your parents, right? So first thing first is interest of the scholar, passion of the scholar, and then you can take the guidance of the teacher that whether it is feasible to go ahead with or not. Now, just hold on. Okay. Now, do you have answers to the following questions? This you need to ask, that whether your research topic is good enough. That why have you chosen this topic? What is it important? What interests you about it? Why do you want to research on social media? Right? Do you have any opinion about the issues involved? Who are the information providers on this topic? And then what might publish information, who might publish information about it, whether you'll be able to get a journal or you have a proper place to publish it, right? Who is affected by the topic? Do you know of the organization or the institution affiliated with the topic? Then what comes into play? What are the major questions for this particular topic? Is there a debate about the topic? Are there a range of issues and viewpoint to consider? Right? So these are the things that you need to understand before moving ahead with any topic. And then why comes after this. Who, we have to think about where is the topic important, whether it is at the local level or national level, international level. Are there specific places affected by the topic? When is or was topic important? Is it current event or it is historical event? And do you want to compare your topic by time period? And how will you lead how this will lead to your research? Now the point comes here that these are the things we have to understand. Okay, before moving ahead with finalization of your topic, these are the things you need to understand. Finalize your area of research. Finalize on which variables, on which measures you want to go ahead. Right now, once you have finalized, okay, my area is childhood abuse and body image issues. If suppose you have decided this, that yes, these are the two variables I want to work on, now this is the time wherein you want to go ahead with the review of literature. Now I'll tell you how to do the review of literature, because it is a long process. And then after review of literature, once suppose review of literature is done and you have read 50 to 60 researches or 100 researches on this particular topic of childhood abuse and the other variable, maybe body image issues or confidence or self-concept, whatever it is, right? Once your researches are done, then you have to go ahead with the research question. Now, the research question, what is the research question? Research question is always based on the gap areas. Always based on the gap areas. Always remember that. So a research question is intended to accomplish one of the following purpose: answer a question that has not been answered and has been contradictory answer, or it has contradictory answers in the past, or has been answered in a way you want to challenge. So there are a lot of times we are not comfortable with the kind of research findings a research has portrayed or reflected, right? We have some other opinion and we think that if we go ahead with particular research design and research on this particular topic, then it might differ, right? We can have a different hypothesis. So it is always good to go ahead and have a clear research question on this. Now, the question comes that what should your research question has, and how can you make a good research question, or how to derive a research question. So first thing first, whenever suppose you have already finalized the variables. Now, finalize the variables, you have read the researches. Now you need to understand what exactly is the research problem. Just 8 to 10 research question that comes to your mind related to body image issues or childhood abuse and self-concept, right? You can say that concept as a predictor of childhood abuse, or childhood abuse as a predictor of self-concept. Suppose this is one research question. Likewise, jot down whatever comes to your mind, sit and jot down at least 8 to 10 statements in the form of simple statements in the form of research question. Now, once this is done, what do you need to do? You need to go for a review of literature. Now, once that review of literature is done, you need to combine the variables, 1 variable, 2 variable, 3 variable. It is up to you how many variables you want to take. You need to formulate 8 to 10 statements in the form of research questions. And for each statement, ask these questions. The statement which is satisfying all the answers is going to be your research question, right? So this is how you come down to a good research question. Okay, now your research question is ready. Once your research question is ready, you can finalize your topic, you can refine your topic. And you know that science, why we are doing it? We are doing it because it is a scientific study. What we follow is a scientific method, and scientific method is either controlled, it's systematic investigation, it is rooted in objectivity, and aims to develop the GK, general knowledge about the natural phenomena, right? And that, which is why we are following a very, very systematic approach. And what the steps that I have told you to finalize your topic is a very systematic approach, rather than just thinking about the variable. Okay, your professor says, okay, you can go ahead with the organizational psychology, and in organization psychology, work-life balance, but you're not interested in it and you don't want to put in much of the effort. So what you did was you gave a prompt to ChatGPT or Gemini or Genie or Perplexity, right? Any AI software, and it listed a lot of topics. Not only a lot of topics, there are people who create the whole review of literature, a whole review of literature paper on the basis of this particular prompt. But remember, AI detection tools are also there. And whatever information you are putting in the AI, it stays with the AI. Remember that. So it is easy for the professor to understand whether you have copy pasted from AI or you have not copy pasted from AI, right? I don't know about Indian universities, but in SNHU and Southern New Hampshire, the people are trained in it. Okay, because this is how we have to be one step ahead. Now the point comes, can we use AI in an ethical manner? This AI is beneficial. It is very, very beneficial. But when we are creating the whole research paper through AI, is unethical. So it is not considered valid. What is our innovation? What is our discovery? Or what is our input as a creative member or as a researcher, right? Because whatever information AI will give, it will not be 100% correct information. Remember that. And especially everybody nowadays is using ChatGPT, and they don't know that ChatGPT is a software, is an AI software which is meant for creative text construction. So it is trained in, every AI software is trained in a certain way. ChatGPT is not trained for research. Remember that. It is not a tool that should be used for research, because most of the information given is going to be incorrect, and you will not be able to give either the right kind of prompt to ChatGPT, or ChatGPT will not be able to accept your prompt the way it has to, right? Because it has been trained in a different way. So there are certain other softwares which are used in very much like ChatGPT, but they are used in the research in an ethical manner.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
So you can just type Perplexity AI, right? This perplexity.ai is a search engine. Remember that it is a search engine wherein the AI tool is integrated, which helps you to exactly pinpoint the journal articles, right? You can download every information regarding the journal article, and you can give a prompt for 50, 60, 70, 100, no matter how many researches you want. Now, first, I'll show you a very simple thing, and then I will discuss about how to find out more. Okay. So this is the home page. Okay. And this is a free version. This is a free version of Perplexity AI. You can buy a pro version also if you want, but I think at this level, this free version has enough. right? You can see the pro version. This screen is visible. You can ask anything here, but when you have to be very focused. So this is web search, academic search, math, writing, video, and social. So these are the areas that your free version has, and your pro version has many other areas. So suppose I want to find 10 latest researches on childhood abuse. Okay. Now, the beauty here is every day you get these 3 pro versions, means advanced research options also. If you want advanced research option, you can click it, right? And you can get. So right now what I have done, it is not the advanced version, it is the free version, and you have got the research. Now, what was my prompt? My prompt was 10 latest researches regarding childhood abuse. Now I want link, I want abstract, and I want year. So 10 latest researches on childhood abuse along with year and link, right? And you will get it along with the link, right? Now, if you'll click the link, you are going to be directed papers from Scopus. Then you can give a prompt and it will list from Scopus only. If you want research papers from Web of Science, then it lists from Web of Science only. Now, summarize the above researches. And you can get a summary of the researches. Okay. Now, what else? What else you can do here? You can give any prompt. What is, suppose you want to rephrase a particular research. Let's say this is a summary you have got. You have already got the rephrased version. Now, since you have got the rephrased version, what you can do is, you have already got the rephrased version, and what you can do is, once you have got the rephrased version, you can just add your words and make it yours in your own language. And why do you want to rephrase it? Because there are researches wherein technical words are used and it is difficult to understand. See, here you have an option of rewrite. You can rewrite in right. So now, if you childhood sexual abuse and let me 100 researches on childhood sexual abuse, and suppose childhood sexual abuse is a very common topic, so you'll get few researches, 100 researches. Okay, if suppose you have not got, it has not listed 100, then what is to be done? What is to be done? This is a catch which we psychologists are unable to understand. Okay, then what do you need to do? Up 10 keywords or synonyms